You're watching True Crime Archives, real mysteries in just minutes. Let's dive into the case.
The story of Elisa Lam doesn't end with the discovery of her body in the water tank. In many ways, that was just the beginning. Her case captured the imagination of millions, spawning endless theories and debates. Even with official reports and investigations, people have never been satisfied. Too many details don't make sense. Too many questions remain unanswered. And so, speculation continues to this day. From mental health explanations to theories of foul play to supernatural encounters, each possibility paints a different picture of what happened during Elisa's final days. Tonight, we'll dive deep into the most compelling theories and ask what you believe is the truth. The first theory is the official explanation, that Elisa's death was the tragic result of her struggles with mental illness. Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, and she often wrote openly about her experiences on her Tumblr blog. Her writings reveal both a thoughtful, creative personality and a young woman wrestling with deep sadness and instability. Family and friends confirmed she sometimes stopped taking her medication, which could cause episodes of confusion and paranoia. Supporters of this theory believe the elevator footage shows exactly that, Elisa in the midst of a psychotic episode. Her erratic gestures, her stepping in and out of the elevator, her pressing of random buttons, they say these are classic signs of mania or hallucination. According to this explanation, Elisa may have wandered to the roof in a disoriented state. She could have climbed the water tank ladder, opened the lid, and slipped inside without fully realizing the danger. It was an accident, born from confusion. The coroner's report supports this. It ruled her death an accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing condition. For many, this is the simplest and most logical explanation. But for others, the mental illness theory feels incomplete. How did Elisa reach the tanks in the first place? The roof was locked and alarmed. Access required special keys or knowledge. And the tank lids were heavy, difficult for someone her size to move alone. This is where the second theory emerges, foul play. Some argue that Elisa was not alone in her final moments. They believe she was forced onto the roof and into the tank by another person. Supporters of this theory point to the elevator video. Elisa doesn't just look erratic, she looks like she's hiding. She peeks into the hallway, presses against the walls, and moves as if avoiding someone just out of view. Her gestures, some argue, resemble someone pleading or warding off another person. In this interpretation, the video captures a terrified young woman moments before she was silenced. Further suspicion arises from the condition of her body. Her clothes were found floating separately in the tank. Some argue this suggests a struggle, or that someone tried to conceal her. Yet, investigators found no clear evidence of trauma, sexual assault, or defensive wounds. Without physical proof of an attack, foul play remains only a theory. Still, for many, the unexplained details keep this suspicion alive. The third theory is perhaps the most chilling, that the Cecil Hotel itself played a role. Over its long history, the building has earned a reputation for tragedy. Murders, suicides, overdoses, and even infamous serial killers like Richard Ramirez stayed within its walls. Some believe the hotel is cursed, or that its dark energy influences vulnerable guests. Elisa, alone and far from home, may have been especially susceptible. In this theory, the elevator footage is not evidence of psychosis or crime, but of something paranormal. Was Elisa interacting with a presence no one else could see? Was she being drawn somewhere by forces beyond explanation? Guests before and after Elisa have reported strange phenomena at the Cecil Hotel. Voices in empty halls, phantom footsteps, even the feeling of being watched. To believers, Elisa was simply the most famous victim of the hotel's curse. Skeptics dismiss this as superstition, pointing out that hotels with troubled histories attract ghost stories. But the paranormal theory refuses to die, fueled by the haunting images of Elisa's final moments. The fourth theory is one of the strangest and most controversial. Around the time of Elisa's death, a tuberculosis outbreak occurred in the Skid Row area surrounding the Cecil Hotel. The test used to identify the disease was called the LAM-ELISA test. The eerie coincidence of her name matching the test led to a wave of conspiracy theories online. Some claimed her death was linked to a cover-up of medical experiments, or that she was intentionally silenced to conceal the outbreak. Others saw it as proof of deeper government involvement. Most experts dismiss this as pure coincidence. The test's name comes from scientific terminology, not from Elisa herself. Still, the connection was too strange for many to ignore, and it fueled online speculation for years. Another popular theory revolves around the elevator footage itself. Viewers noticed what appears to be jumps or edits in the video. Portions of time seem to be missing, as if frames were deliberately removed. Why would the police release edited footage? Was someone else in the hallway, cut out of view? Was crucial evidence hidden from the public? Authorities never gave a clear explanation for the strange video. Some suggest it was simply a technical glitch. Others believe it was intentional, feeding suspicions of a larger cover-up. There are also theories tying Elisa's death to occult or ritualistic explanations. Internet sleuths noticed her strange hand movements in the video resembled certain symbolic gestures. They argued she may have stumbled into something far darker than anyone realized. Though no evidence of ritual activity was ever found, these theories show just how far speculation can go when mysteries remain unsolved. In the end, all of these theories, mental illness, foul play, paranormal forces, conspiracies, share one thing in common. None of them provide a complete answer. Elisa's death remains an unsolved puzzle. Each explanation seems plausible in some ways, but impossible in others. And so, the case continues to fascinate the world. Was Elisa's behavior the result of a mental health crisis? If so, how did she overcome the hotel's barriers to reach the water tanks? Was she the victim of foul play, with the truth hidden by missing evidence? Or was her story shaped by the Cecil Hotel itself, a building that seems to attract tragedy wherever it can? Theories will continue as long as questions remain, and perhaps that is why Elisa's case lingers so strongly in our minds. Because it is not just about a young woman's death, it is about the limits of what we can explain and the darkness that fills the gaps. What do you believe? Was Elisa's death a tragic accident, a hidden crime, or something more mysterious? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the world's most chilling mysteries, don't forget to subscribe for more stories every week. Because sometimes the most haunting questions are the ones that will never be answered.